So, I'm coming back to you with more Inquisitor news. I don't know why I keep going back to him, but this is how I first read this stuff. So, it's about Batista. Everybody, Mr. Drax himself. You know, when I first saw this, when I saw the headline, I'm like, nah, really? Then I looked at it closely, I'm like, oh, okay, now I understand. So basically, Vince McMahon offered Batista a role for WrestleMania 32. And let's read down the list here. When he came back at the beginning, I'm kind of skipping through some of this, the beginning part of it. But when he came back at the beginning of 2014, Batista was put in a terrible position by WWE as they wanted him to come back, win the Royal Rumble, and main event WrestleMania 30 with Randy Orton, where he was set to win the WWE World Heavyweight title. Sorry. That shit's funny, because that basically backfired. Batista saw the outrageous reaction the fans were not only giving him, but they were also attacking the entire show for WrestleMania because of bad decisions made by WWE managers, which I gotta say, my God, that was by far the worst Royal Rumble I've ever seen in my life. Batista should have never won that match. I love me some Batista, but he should have never won that match. Daniel Bryan should have won in it. Batista should have had main. What kind of main event is Batista versus Randy Orton, by the way? It's not fucking 2006, 2008. You might have gotten away with it in 2010, but in 2014, Batista versus Randy Orton. Come on now. Eventually, WWE called an audible and went with Daniel Bryan going over at WrestleMania 30. Batista was promised a lot coming back, which I'm pretty sure he was, but he did get most of the things he was promised. Due to this, Batista left early for his movie promotion duties, and he has yet to be seen in the WWE again. However, like a blast from the fist of Drax, that almost changed recently. According to Pro Wrestling Sheet, Batista was backstage at the 2016 Royal Rumble pay-per-view in Orlando, Florida. He was there to meet with Chairman Vince McMahon to discuss a potential WrestleMania 32 role. Vince really wants to make WrestleMania 32 the biggest event in company history and wants to sell out the AT&T Stadium in Texas, which I gotta say, they're probably gonna fake those numbers. And with all those injuries, you got fucking Cesaro, Rollins, Daniel Bryan, I'm gonna get to in the next video. Who else is injured? Tyson Kidd, Nikki Bella, John Cena. So many fucking injuries they got. I don't think this is gonna be the biggest WrestleMania 32 event ever, but maybe if they get guys like Goldberg, I've been hearing rumors of that, which I think that one's funny too. Could you just imagine Goldberg coming back to the PG era? Fuck, dude, that'd be different. But now we have an update on what he was offered. Apparently, Vince wanted Batista to be the special guest referee in the main event, which is set to be Roman Reigns versus Triple H. Wow. What a disappointment. The idea that Vince would be in the corner of Triple H while The Rock would be in the corner of Reigns, I knew that shit was going to happen. Batista would be a buffer in the middle of that, as it were. Batista, of course, declined the role. This is poorly written, by the way. There are rumors that WWE will end up offering this role to Shawn, who the company wants to land the event as... who the company wants to land for the event as well. While ideally WWE would want to have him wrestle and has tried to entice Shawn back into the ring ever since he retired, which Shawn does not want to come back to that ring, dog. Shawn doesn't want anything to do with the WWE. It appears Michaels will not wrestle but could take on another role. Michaels was a ref at WrestleMania before, as he notably called the Triple H vs. Undertaker Hell in a Cell match years ago, which I gotta say, that was an overrated match. Some of this shit I don't really gotta go to. It's just basically, yeah. But Batista being the special guest, yeah, fuck that. I'm glad Batista didn't want that role. Batista should be wrestling. I mean, I think he's expressed ideas that he wanted his last match to be at WrestleMania 32. Unless I'm reading that, or unless I thought of that wrong. I think he wanted his last match to be against Triple H at 32, if I remember correctly. But obviously that's not going to happen with Triple H going against Roman Reigns. Fastlane is so fucking predictable. My God. The Wyatts are going to attack Brock. And then Dean Ambrose is just going to be the pinfall man. So I mean, obviously that idea of between Batista versus Edge isn't gonna happen, but yeah, WWE's fucked because some of these legends don't want to fuck with their product. Michaels does not want to fuck with their shit. Batista obviously does not want to fuck with their shit. You got all these fucking injuries. I think WrestleMania 32 is going to be a fucking plummet unless they put some of these young guys like Kevin Owens and fucking Dean Ambrose in prominent roles, because Dean Ambrose is not in a prominent roles. I don't give a fuck if he has the IC title. He has not been in a prominent roles. He's basically been Roman Reigns' little bitch boy, or I should say Roman Reigns' shield, literally his boo shield. But if you like me, subscribe to me. I'll be back with more rumors and all. But until then, peace out.